I'm sorry, my little dog is bothering me.
Oh, it's all good.
Let me go.
Yo, it's your girl DJ Baby Blue Diamond, and you tune into U3 Underground, Unsigned, and Unknown. We have a special guest in the building. We have Derrick, which is the CEO of Loud
Yo,
Music and owner and organization of the Loud Fest here in Katy. Well, not here, but happening in Katy, Texas this
yeah,
weekend. How you doing
yeah,
today?
yeah. I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Like we said, the weekend is here. It's time to turn up. Time to do what we got to do. Ain't no turning back now. We got to go forward.
Let's start from the beginning of your life and career. Tell the people where you grew up, where you from.
Well, it all started this one summer day, and now I'm joking. I'm from San Antonio. Uh,
My hometown.
uh,
That's where I'm from.
yeah, San Antonio is home. Go Spurs. And we moved to Houston when I was about 11, 12 years old, and been here ever since. So, I grew up here. I'm a Houstonian, but San Antonio is home as well. I've been in the music business for a few years. Worked for a couple of clothing companies. Did some cool records. Worked with some cool people, but I've always fell in love with the independent process, the independent marketing, the independent distribution, and um, created an independent label and now independent festival.
Could you say where you grew up, San Antonio and Houston, had some influences on the way you make music and the love of music?
Houston definitely, San Antonio not.
You didn't live here long
San
enough.
Yeah, and San Antonio is like still even now, even when I go back and visit, it's kind of behind when it comes to new music, innovations, trends, new opportunities. Period.
Yeah,
So it from a music perspective, Houston allowed me to do a lot more. Um, Houston allowed me to grow. It allowed me to just see black people doing black people things.
oh yes.
San Antonio, we didn't have that. Like, just didn't see it.
No.
I love my people. I love my brown people. I love my Latin and Hispanic people to death. But we didn't see anything for us. It was really one sided to where either every resource and everything that was geared towards the Latin community in San Antonio.
I agree with
So
that
being black,
100%.
we didn't have many opportunities there. So I'm thankful that I was able to come to Houston and be like, whoa, wait a minute. Black people can own businesses. Black people can do these things. Like, so it was pretty shocking and entertaining for me.
I bet it was. I agree with that. Coming when I went to go visit St. Louis and I saw a whole bunch of black people, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, like, whoa, we actually
Us.
can do this. So it's pretty cool.
Now, a lot of people don't know, but you did work with Fubu alongside Damon.
Yes, yes, yes. The
Man, I
great
know that's
Damon
a great
Tom.
that was a great opportunity. How did you two link up, and what lessons did you learn working with him?
So I pretty much was working with the Kappa Beach Party down here in Houston, and I was like, hey, I can get the owners of Fubu to come, and I cold called them, and I talked to my guy Darnell Sessions. He was the marketing director at the time, and we put a plan together and executed it. And they came down here for the Kappa Beach Party, and from there I was locked in with them, and being able to learn from Damon, Keith, Carl, and Jay, and even the other guys on the staff.
Yeah,
My guy Champ, um, my guy Darnell. There's a lot of other people that worked for them that were just as influential behind the scenes for Fubu that I had the
yeah,
opportunity to learn from. So it was the greatest marketing and branding education I could
yeah.
get was working with those guys.
What was your go-to Fubu outfit? Because I know you had to have one.
Um, so we used to get these little packs, man. It was like a T-shirt that said Fubu Circa, and then it had the matching undershirt, the little tank top wife beater that was the same color, and then it would come with the wristbands and the headbands. I was never a wristband or a headband guy, but
Yeah,
I love T-shirts because we would have like 6 or 7 different colors. The only problem was though is when we would go places or if we had an event somewhere, you come out the hotel room or walk in, everybody's dressed alike. We're like, damn, somebody got to go change. Somebody got to go take it off. But
yeah,
that was my favorite go-to thing. And then I love the Fubu baseball jerseys. The baseball jerseys, I still love them. you know, and they come back out with them as collector's editions every so often, and I always try to make sure I grab one.
Okay, I see you with the Fubu gear. Okay, you was
Yeah,
fly
man,
back
and
in
my
the
guys, man,
day.
I support them guys to the fullest, and like they're relaunching. They got Fubu Hotel coming. They got Fubu
Oh,
Radio. They got Fubu TV. They got a watch line. They got a tuxedo line. They got a home linen line. They got a new eyewear line. Like so, it's they have deals across the globe still,
yeah.
and they're doing amazing.
Well, I like that you got to work with that great company, and like you said, they're making a comeback. They still doing the clothing line, of course, and all the new opportunities. That's dope. I didn't even know that Fubu Hotel.
Yeah, they're in the process of Carl the spearhead. Carl Brown is the one spearheading that whole project. But yeah, they definitely have Fubu Hotel coming,
Man.
and they were actually looking at putting one in Beaumont
Oh,
before Hurricane. I think it was Hurricane Harvey. Yeah,
yeah.
they was going to put one in Beaumont.
Well, Texas, shout out to Texas again. Represent.
Definitely, definitely.
So working with Fubu to music, what is some of the history with record labels and experiences in the industry?
So I did the Chopper Style record. I did the marketing for Mr. Magic's record. I Smoke, I Drink. Rest in peace, Magic. I did the D12 Purple Pills project. Um, I did R. Kelly's Black Panties album, his last gold album. I did the marketing, the branding, the publicity on that one. I've worked with the producer London on the track. Uh,
Oh,
just cool things, and now currently I manage Zero. You know, a Southern legend, a global legend. They know him all over the world. Um, so it's I've been able to. I really use the marketing that I learned working with fashion and translated that over into music, and that's how I was able to kind of approach from a different angle.
what are some top three key marketing tips you can give an artist starting off in the music industry?
I think the first one is be believable. Um, Too often artists look at an artist that's hot now and see what they're doing now, and that's what they copy. But they
Yeah,
don't see what that artist did 10 years prior to get to that point that they're at. So when they're just copying what they see today, and like whatever, most of the time from a hot superstar artist, whatever we see today musically
yeah,
is what they created 6 months ago. So just be believable and be yourself. Be believable will be one, be yourself will be two. And today I would definitely encourage people to be creative and be more original. So those would be the marketing things that I would strongly suggest to others. Like it's not necessarily everybody will say your social media this and your emails this and create this database, and that's cool. But you can have all of those things, and as an artist and as a person, you suck.
yeah,
It won't do anything for you. And I think that we're in that weird space and time in music right now where everybody's a social media expert. You
yeah.
know, everybody's a YouTuber, everybody's an influencer, and it's kind of like, so what's gonna separate you from anybody else? Well, there's only one you, there's only one me. So let me maximize that and make that the difference maker in everything I do.
I agree with that. Stand out and be yourself.
Definitely, definitely.
Now I looked at your website, Loud LOUD Music, and it stands for Living Out Your Dream. How'd you come up with that acronym? The whole Loud Music.
When we were in the studio one day, it was me and our artist Tim Ned, and we were I had just lost the marketing deal, went bad, and I was like, God, dog, this is irritating. I was tired of stressing over making other people rich.
Yeah,
And so I told Tim, I was like, man, I want to start a record company. I'll be the CEO and handle the business. You be the artist and you handle the music. And he was like, cool, let's do it. I was like, well, we got to come up with a name. What you want to call it? And he was like, man, I've always liked the word loud, and loud is an acronym for live out your dreams. I say, I love it. Let's call it Loud Music. And we put it together. I think that was like June 6th, 2012. And we put it together and we said, let's go.
just like that.
Literally, it was a conversation like that, and we just locked it in and we just kept rolling ever since.
Yeah. So, So you starting your label just like that. How was it looking for other artists to work with? Because I know you already had one artist to work with. Was it easy, or did artists start coming to you?
So once we started operating and moving, artists started coming to us, and people who knew me from a marketing perspective would be like, yo, D, I got this person, I got this person. But we really just kind of found the artists that we liked. And it's not, excuse me, it's not necessarily about we think they're the most talented, but we didn't just necessarily just jump out the window for talent. It was like, man, do we actually like you as a person?
Yeah.
Because when you're taking on an artist for from a label perspective or a management perspective, you invest so much time and energy and effort into that person, and you can't do that for somebody that you just don't like. And so that's one of the things that we definitely make sure we actually like the person, we communicate with the person, we build a relationship with the person over a few months, maybe even a year. And we might work on music, we might shoot a video, we might do all of these things. And then we end up like, nah, this ain't the type of person we want to work with.
What
And
should
it
an
kind of,
artist look for, look out for when it comes to either trying to get signed to a label or looking for a manager? What are some things?
so I think the artists should educate themselves. Like most artists confuse having a manager with marketing. And it's not, they don't need a manager. They need marketing, they need advertising, they need fans. Like you only need a manager when you can't handle your own schedule.
Yeah.
When you it's like I need a manager with relationships or connections. No, you need to work harder and establish relationships and connections. Like that's kind of how I feel about today's game, because with social media and LinkedIn and the internet, you can find whoever you want. It's just that some people feel like, well, I'm the artist, I'm not supposed to find that person. You're the manager, you're the record executive, it's your job to find them, which I think is backwards.
Yeah.
It's like, no, if I'm the artist, if I was an artist, I'm literally going to attack every angle. I'm calling everybody, I'm emailing everybody, I'm setting shows up, I'm doing everything in my powers I can on my own. And that way, when I do come across a manager or a record label, they I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm doing, and I know what to expect from them because I'm doing it myself.
Exactly. I agree with that. Because there's people who hit me up to try to manage them. Oh, I just dropped a new project. I need you to help me promote it. I'm like, that's not a manager.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
different.
totally different. They looking for marketing, they looking for an investor. I said, nah, man, I'm not going to do all of that for 10% or 20%. If I'm putting that much energy and effort in your project, we're partners. I want to have.
Exactly. I agree with that. I won't have. Now, for people who don't know, this weekend is Loud Fest happening
Yeah.
December 5th and 6th. Can you tell
Yep.
people how did you start Loud Fest and what does Loud Fest is about? How does it help, indie artists, underground artists?
Well, Loud Fest started because another festival wouldn't answer my calls. I would call, I would email, I would get on social media because I was trying to get one of our artists to be the opening act or perform during the intermissions or the breaks or perform in a parking lot, just any opportunity to get seen or heard. And they just would not give any local or independent artists in Houston a shot. So I started my own 4 years ago and we did it. It went well, small, 200, 300 people. Then we did another one and we doubled it. Then we did a third one and we had like 4,000 plus. And here we are now. And the
Yeah.
festival is designed for indie artists. It's designed for the independent artists to really showcase themselves, showcase their talent, and network and meet people, media outlets, marketing companies, publicists, managers, to meet the people who want to work with the independent artists, not the ones that's chasing the next, to chasing Drake, not the ones chasing Beyonce, the ones that's chasing you because they want to help you get to the next level. So we built a system and a conference that definitely accommodates that.
Now, since it's COVID, I know a lot of stuff has changed from the way you used to do stuff. And I know social media is like a big thing now. How did you, or what step did you have to take to make sure that everybody's staying safe?
So we partnered with a company called Sanitizer USA, and they have excuse me, they have a formula called Virafend, and they're literally going to tomorrow morning they're going to disinfect the whole entire facility, and their solution kills 99.9% of all germs, viruses, and bacteria for 90 days on any surface. So we also have you have to have a mask to get in. We're checking temperatures to get in. We have 20 different social distancing signs that will be up throughout the facility. We also have 1,000 masks and 1,000 gloves that we're giving away for free to people who don't have a mask or who may want gloves. It'll be there for free. We got hand sanitizer stations. We got bottles of hand sanitizer. We literally have everything there, and we even cut our numbers down to less than 20%. Our original capacity was 5,000 people, but now we're only doing about 750, 800 people at the festival. So we took a lot of precautions to make sure people are safe coming in. We're making sure people are safe while they're there, and we're making sure like, hey, you drop your mask on the ground, throw it away. Here's another one. You
Yeah.
are drinking and having a good time. Okay, well, here are these gloves. Enjoy yourself. And so safety is first. We have a healthy respect for COVID-19, and we
Yes.
have a healthy respect for everybody who's lost someone or who's been affected by it. We know people who've been affected by it. But I think the challenge is finding a way to create the new normal for live music and live performances. And I feel like we're taking the necessary steps and precautions to be able to bring live music back and to make it happen.
Do you think the music industry will ever be the same?
I think it'll be better
Okay. Why'd you say
because
that?
it's forced people, a lot of gatekeepers and people who will talk all the big talk. COVID humbled a lot of people. COVID got rid of the smoke and mirrors. So
Yeah.
now you can see people for who they truly are and what they're really capable of doing. Um, One of my favorite people is Dame Dash, and he said you could tell a general because he knows how to move in the war. And it's like, to me, that's COVID. COVID is the war. And if you can't move and be productive during this time, then you're not a general, you're not the boss that you claim to be. So it's going to allow people who are bosses that may have been overlooked, artists that didn't get a shot. Um, it's making more resources available to people as well. So
Yeah.
I feel like if you really take advantage of everything that's out there now, you actually can. It's an even playing field. You can get further than your favorite star. Here's an opportunity. The landscape of the business has changed now. Here's your opportunity to get in front of it.
Yeah. I agree with that. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the Loud Fest that's going on this weekend. You have a couple of brands supporting the festival, such as
Oh,
Applebee's,
super
Be on
dope.
the Grounds. Tell us a little bit about more of the brands. How did you partner with them to get them to come out?
So my guy said with Create Music Group. Create Music Group is a super powerful digital distribution company that focus on analytics and back office and the viral marketing side of things. They work with guys like Trippy Red and a few other artists. Um, he'll be there, and he reached out, and Apple News is coming through via him. We have artistauditions.com coming down from San Diego. They help artists get on tours from Japan to France to South Africa to Brazil to different places. We also have musicsupervisor.com. They help indie artists get their music in Netflix, on Netflix shows, major motion picture movies, and HBO shows and things like that. The film licensing and placement side of it. We also have Southwest Digital, their digital distribution company. They'll be there, and so artists can come and get a distribution deal. They can find a distributor and a party to work with. There's so many different people that'll be there, and artists can literally come there and get everything they need for their new release and old release to start their record company. Everything will be there in one space.
Now, I know a lot of indie artists are probably thinking, because I know some have messaged me and was like, I feel like I'm gonna just go there, watch people perform, and just grab a whole bunch of flyers and leave. But it's not like that. They can actually go up to the people, talk to them, ask them questions.
Yep,
It's not just,
they
oh,
are
I
there
flyers,
to
there you
meet
go, bye.
you. Exactly. They're there to talk to you. They're there to network with you. They need your service just as much as you need theirs. So
So if
they'll
you
be able to
go,
interview with the
go ahead.
magazines and media. They'll be able to interview with the magazines, the media, the bloggers, the podcasters, the internet radio shows. They'll be able to really network and lock in with all of them.
If you're an indie artist and you're hearing that, you can still have time to get your ticket and come out this weekend. It's a dope opportunity, 2 days. Even if you just come for one day, it's still a good opportunity. You
You
don't
should
want to
be
miss
there.
out on that.
They definitely should be there.
Now, what's next after Loud Fest? What can we expect from you, your label, your artists?
Whew. We have new music coming from Skyra Bliss, new music coming from Chelsea Simone, new videos coming from Cody Blake, new music and videos coming from Tim Ned and Fat Pimp, project called The Art of Ratchet. Zero has new music coming at the top of the year. We also have the Great State of Texas Food Truck Festival coming March 13th and 14th. We're in San Diego in April, possibly South Africa at the end of April. Um, we're working. We're working. We're definitely going to stay active and stay moving. We have a lot of things coming up.
I like that. Well, we can't wait to hear the music and the music videos from your artists. I know they're going to be dope, like they always are. Zero always making good music. He's one of my
Class.
go-to listen artists to listen to, so I know it's going to be great. And thank you, Derrick, for being on my show. It's good to interview you. It's good to have insight to artists. Cause I know a lot of indie artists and underground artists who just starting off. They don't have that
Yeah.
insight, or they don't have these tips that you're giving out, even though you didn't give out a lot. But the tips you did give out, I know it's going to help someone when they just
Well,
started
they
off.
can get all the tips they need this weekend, man. Everybody
That
needs to
is
see will
true
be in
too.
one place.
Come out.
Everybody will be there.
I agree. Well, before we let you go, give us your social media links where someone can contact you or maybe get more information about Loud Fest. Give us all the.
So you can follow Loud Music, muzik.com. Our Instagram is at official loud. Our Twitter is at loud music. Loudfest is loudfest. htx.com is the website. Loudfesttx is the Instagram. Mine is Derrick MC, Derrick MC. Everything, Instagram, Twitter, all of that good stuff. So we're accessible. Somebody will always respond. Somebody will always answer. So I appreciate the time, man. I look forward to seeing you guys this weekend.
I look forward to seeing you too. You heard it straight from his mouth. Make sure you go ahead and follow Loudfest and his page, and any information you might need about Loudfest tickets, or you concerned about anything, just hit them up. And like you said, someone will answer your questions and get that answer for you. It's your girl, DJ Baby Blue Diamond, and we are signing out.